Perfect. I could not have timed that much better. Welcome back, everybody. This is Derek. And today I'm going to stream for you guys some Super Nintendo games. I got a couple different ones. Some are shooters, others. Another one is a flight game. And I'll totally admit I am going to actually switch controllers just real quick. Anyways, okay, those are all switched out. Okay, so this first game that I'm going to stream to you is a classic Super Nintendo shooter, probably one of the better ones. You don't hear its title too often, you don't hear it too much, and that is Squadron by Capcom. And this was based on an anime series in Japan called Squadron 88. I'm guessing they couldn't think of a way to phrase it, and so they just decided to call it UN Squadron. There's probably a reason why it kind of looked over or passed over. I've never really looked at the I don't know if I've ever really looked at the options for this. We'll just keep it normal. That's fine. I'm playing this on an ASCII pad. An ASCII pad is a third-party controller. When I actually got my Super Nintendo, probably way back in 1992 or 93, when I purchased my system, you got just the standard Super Nintendo controller, just one, and that was it. And so I needed another controller, and for almost the same price, I could get the ASCII pad, which effectively is the same, almost exact same controller, except for it's got turbo function. And I know for some people that, I don't know, they think that diminishes your accomplishment. I don't. I think it's just saves you on a I think it just saves you time and energy. And so I'm going to use a turbo controller for this little exhibition, I guess if that's what you want to call it. So let's get started. So you have a choice between three different pilots. These are, of course, characters in the series: Shin Kazama, Mickey Simon, and Greg Gates. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter. You don't really gain anything. So one of the things it does have, it has a little bit of an open world concept, although it's limited. You can see the highlighted area on the map, lit area on the map, and that is, of course, where you can choose to have a mission. If you see the little arrows on the ground, that means you're attacking some kind of target, and you're trying to take out those bases as you make your way closer to the enemy's main base, which is on the other side of the map, a little kind of pink box. So I'm going to turn up the volume just a tad, and then we'll go from there. Is that loud enough? Can you hear me? Anyone in the chat? I realize there's only one of you watching, but if you can. So here's the first base, and so you have different aircraft, and you start off with an F-8 Crusader. And you also can earn money to upgrade and add special weapons for your missions. So that's kind of cool. So I'll fly my F-8 Crusader. I could add other weapons to it. Believe it or not, I'm going to add bombs for this mission. And the cool thing in this game is that you can level up. You can level up, so as you gain upgrades, your main weapon becomes more powerful, but also, it's something that you can kind of build into, which is kind of neat. It's not one-hit death, which is nice. I'm certainly rusty in this game. It's been a while. Wow, really rusty. Yeah, that's terrible. I would be so ashamed if that. I'd be so ashamed if that happened to me when I used to play this game all the time. I would have thought that was like my worst mission ever. Okay, sure, we'll go like this. Loading up. Ah, you see my weapon upgraded now. Woo! Yes, this is UN Squadron. This game is pretty sweet. Just like though, I mean, at times when it starts to push the system, you'll definitely get some slowdown. We'll definitely see that at some point. This game's pretty sweet. Oh, so when you see these trucks, these are really kind of your simple ground attack missions. This is really kind of they're really there probably just so you can earn money, so you can either upgrade your aircraft or your weapons more. And so you can take a lot of these missions and earn your way up, work your way up. I'm not going to take anything special for this. You get like these kind of passes out, just like an aircraft doing kind of a strafing run. Come back around. Oh. Right now, my weapon's not too powerful. Woo! No, this is I do not have a Super NT. I'm playing on Retron 3. I have a Super Nintendo. I just don't have it hooked up, and quite honestly, this Retron 3 just is more convenient. But it's not emulation. I mean, this is it's not like a Retron 5 where it'd be like ripping it. Okay. Let's see what we got for money here. 129. Okay, this isn't going to be the most fun mission to do with what I'm going to have, but we'll go with it, I guess. Actually, I think this is what I use. Ah, damn it. Yeah. Uh, I wish my Retron 5 worked. I really do. Because there definitely is a convenience factor to it. But I don't know. The system, for whatever reason, is just not, doesn't pick up my main controller. So it's really just a paperweight to me because I can't navigate the main menu, which is really frustrating because it seems like such a minor problem, but pretty much makes the system either functional or not. I even bought a new Retron controller to see if that would pick up better, and that was just $43 wasted because it didn't read that any better than the other one, and I have no idea why. I don't know. I could call the Hyperkin people and sit there and go over them whatever I need to, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not that interested because I can access mostly what I need in other places, and damn it. Ugh. Yeah, I mean that's really the I'm not doing very well right now, but yeah, that's pretty much it with Hyperkin. I mean, the concepts are solid what they want to help bring for a gamer in terms of like their convenience, but the quality is always it's always leaving you wanting. Although I have to admit, my Retron 3, I mean, I don't use the Retron controllers. I would, those are garbage. Um, but the system, at least the Retron 3, has been a pretty good, reliable system for me, and it definitely is. There's a convenience factor to it again, and I'm glad that it's just it's pretty much the same as using like regular hardware. I mean, it's just taking the game right off. You're playing it off the cartridge, as opposed to emulation or some kind of thing where it rips it. Um, but I mean, I've I've traveled a lot with this thing. I've dragged my Retron 3 to school so many times. So I mean, you know, systems are meant to be moved around, but probably not as much as mine has. And at least for the most part, mechanically speaking, it's been pretty solid, and I can't complain. My Nintendos were getting, especially my regular Nintendo, was getting just so bad. And so that in itself, oh, good. Now I got an upgrade, a little more firepower now. Damn MiG 21s. I'm bombing a bomber. Oh, damn it. uh, hi everybody. Hi William, Ryan, and Bard. I didn't let him play at school. My tennis team does a because we have a lot of rainy days typically in the springtime. Although this year, that's obviously our season never really got off the ground. But as a way to kind of break things up for my tennis players, because we'll try to watch instructional videos, like tennis related things, or we used to run a lot. And as a way to kind of break it up and do something where it still builds up the camaraderie and also, I don't know, competitiveness, I instituted about 7 years ago a video game tournament where I break my team up into smaller little mini teams, and I have the kids play sports games because the obvious idea is sports competition, and I have like a bracket, and the rule is on their team, no more than one kid can play any game throughout the tournament. So they have to pick and choose who's going to play what game. Oh, wow, my game just went glitchy and just went right out. Okay, well, maybe we should move on because for whatever reason, I don't know, UN Squadron's been giving me problems, so I'm going to move on to a different game. But so we do this video game tournament, and I'll get that set up and I can keep talking. And the thing I guess I'll kind of, that's cute, is, yeah, I know you're not supposed to blow on games, big deal, right? So anyways, so I'll just put this on mute. But anyways, so we do this tournament, and the prize is pretty devious. So when we're playing tennis matches, we're traveling to different towns and communities, and after we play our matches, typically for our road matches, is we'll stop somewhere to eat, and my prize for the team that wins the tournament is they get to be the first kids off the bus whenever we stop. And you won't believe how much they want that, because that means then they don't have to wait in lines, and they will compete pretty damn hard. And we're only playing Nintendo and Super Nintendo games, so for the most part, most of these kids have no idea anything about these games, and it's pretty hilarious watching them go through their paces. So I don't know, we've had a lot of fun with it, and I don't know. The other one I offered, because we had so much rain one year, we did a second tournament, and then they got to the championship, and the championship was playing against me. And if they beat me, then we'd go to Dairy Queen. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dairy Queen, but Dairy Queen, if you order anything other than ice cream, you're going to be there for 35 minutes, because they honestly have to start completely from scratch if you're going to have anything that's cooked. And so I've learned never let the kids go to Dairy Queen. So I won't let them go there. So that was why that prize was worth something. So it doesn't cost me anything, but it's something that they'll get competitive about and something they care about. So it's been a really cool thing. And that's how they play video games, Ryan. So yeah, I don't know if William ever does sleep. I don't know how you do it, buddy. Okay, so this next game is one that I've owned this for a long, long time, and this is a game I never hear people talk about, and this is Wings 2. Yeah, it's kind of cluttered. I got 3 different consoles sitting up there. I have my Retron 3, my Saturn, and my Model 2 Sega CD, and then there's a bunch of other consoles on the shelf below it. A Generation 1 PlayStation 3, my N64, which isn't even hooked up, and my PlayStation 4. So yeah, it's a bit crowded up on my shelf. I'm sorry. So anyways, I will play this game. Like I said, this is a World War I. That's really what attracted me to this game when I remember playing it in high school. You don't see too many World War I games at all. And I also enjoy, of course, flying. And so this combined both those things. And so this is a World War I flying game. I guess you might call it an on-rail shooter because you fly from a third-person perspective. This one will be pretty easy to talk through. Okay, so shoot, I'll get it off mute. Okay, so you guys can you guys hear the volume okay? Is the game volume coming through, guys? Or not? Okay, so I'll get started. So I'll just start a new game. Oh yeah? Oh, play me on the big screen? Oh, I can wait. How long do you think it'll take you? Let me know when I'm set. I'll wait. Well, thanks for giving me the big screen honor. I know when Chris does his stream, if Teresa's around, I usually will fire it up and put it up on there so we both can enjoy it. Sure, no problem. And definitely, it's kind of cool to watch something like that on the big screen for sure. So, anyways, like I said, this is a World War One flying combat game, and I'm not sure. The interesting thing is this game is called Wings 2. I've never heard of a Wings, the first one, so I'm wondering if this is meant to be like a sequel to Pilot Wings, but I don't think so because it really isn't based upon that. And Pilot Wings, really encompass more modern flight mostly than this. And I don't know, this it's fun, but there are definitely some parts to it that are a bit annoying. I think you're going to see that I would not necessarily say my strategy is terribly diversified, but you'll also understand what makes the game a little bit limited. It's certainly not anything like a flight simulator you would have like for the PC, like whether I was playing. Okay, we're on the big screen now, on Ryan's big screen. Okay, here we go. So we'll start a new game. They all have supposedly different traits. I don't think it really matters that much. And they had come with their own kind of history. So you're a British pilot, or at least you're flying for the Royal Air Force during World War One. And so we have a bunch of different pilots, and I'll let them as I go through them. And there really is no perfect order. I don't know of any perfect order. So I'm just gonna go with this guy first, Marcel LeBlanc. You can see there he is, picture of Marcel LeBlanc, left Canada to fly for the Royal Air Force. Says that he's a great marksman. So I don't know if he's any really a better shooter than anybody else, but they say he is, okay? So the first missions that you play in this game are really kind of meant to be your tutorial tutorial for the basic 3 missions of the game, which is a dogfight, a bombing mission, and strafing missions. Because that's really it. That's the only real 3 modes of gameplay. So, and you're going to see how painfully easy this is. So this definitely was meant just to instill the concept of what a dogfight's all about. So here it describes your first mission, almost like a silent movie would back in those days, which I think is kind of cool. Here we go. So he's pretty much dead right in your sights right away, and unless you're brain dead, there's no way you're not going to shoot that guy down. Yeah, that was pretty quick. And trust me, it gets a lot more complex. So you can see that I shot down my one plane that I had to. It tells me I did a good job. You can see my plane damage. Okay. So here's the part where, again, it's like a lot of different shooters. So I've done well, and now I can power up my pilot. And there are the 4 main, traits of your aircraft: your flying, shooting, mechanics, and your stamina. And of course, all these are important. And what I used to always do was level all your characteristics up at least small. The last time I played this game, which was earlier this week, I didn't stream, I just played. Um, I kind of messed around and actually like filled a whole row once and tried that to see if that made me fly any better. I don't know. Okay, so now we have a different mission coming up. So instead of going to the ready room, which would just keep Marcel LeBlanc flying, I'll go back to the barracks. And now I'm going to pick another guy to do this next mission. So I'm going to pick Sean Maloney. Okay, you can see he's a young Irish lad who is a mechanic. Apparently that's his skill set. And so shows you his relative experience, which is nothing. Okay, now I'm going to go to the ready room, which is like the next mission. So now we got bombing. And again, these are the tutorial missions, so they're going to be brain dead type easy. So, got to bomb a factory. They're going to show me the photograph. I better study this up. Shows me where. Okay, pretty obvious what you're supposed to do. So, I'm going to raise my altitude. One of the things I like to do just because, I don't know, you have unlimited bombs really. Can't really just carpet bomb it. Actually, okay, I hit the factory. It's dead. And that's it. That's a pretty simple mission. Again, it's just tutorial, so you get the overall idea of the concept. Did good, and just like here. So let's just play with this guy a little bit. Okay. So for this guy, I'm gonna go. He's a mechanical wizard, so I'm gonna go that way this time instead of leveling them all up equally. So I didn't change his flying or shooting at all. Okay. Got another mission. This time it's going to be the last one, which is going to be strafing. I'm going to give it to this guy, a guy from Manchester in England, tough as a bull. Sounds tough. Okay. And so you can see his records and strafing time. So this is a ground attack mission, a little different. So I'm supposed to blow up a truck that's trying to cross the river, so it'll be near a bridge. And again, this is going to be very easy. There you see the truck, and you see I blew it up. And obviously these tutorial missions don't really have you maneuvering at all. Trust me, it'll get a lot more complicated and a lot more difficult. And you only get one pass when you're doing a strafing mission. So if you miss your target, you're SOL. And then they give you one kind of mulligan, and then if you fail that up, then you get demoted and you lose your prestige and stuff. Okay, so let's mess with this guy too. So we're gonna make him a shooter, and he's supposed to be a tough guy, right? So we'll give him stamina. Okay, now we'll go back to barracks. Let's take this guy, Charlie Dexter. This is actually a pretty cool game. It really is. I enjoy it, but like I said, you'll see the parts that I'm going to talk about where it gets. So he's an American flying for the RAF. Kind of a fancy uniform for an American there. I don't know, nice handlebars and the mustache. So here's another dogfight. Can't get overconfident. This bloke might be good. Now, the most common way to die in this game is not as much by bullets from opposing fighters. It's collisions, mid-air collisions. And as it really would have been in World War I, the pilots aren't wearing parachutes. So if you crash, your pilot's dead. And that's pretty much what happens. So this is a very two-dimensional. Oh crap! I say I don't get killed by bullets. I just did. Boom, just like that. And you can see I couldn't take too much. Fatal. So poor Charlie Dexter. He's dead. Yeah, definitely. This game uses mode 7 all the time. At least, especially for the the strafing and especially the dogfighting missions. So I died. Poor me. Okay. Next mission, I'm gonna go with Lawrence Wolf. Okay, a West End socialite, so rich guy. Apparently, he's a good shooter. I want to say this is a bombing mission. No, it's a dogfight. Hopefully, I live this time. 2 of them. So I got 2 opponents here. Like I said, mid-air collision is the most common way that I die, although... Ooh, got one. You have to have, like, as you're turning, and you notice that I'm actually pretty low to the ground, I know this may seem weird for, like, where you're not using, like, a flight stick. You can actually kind of feel whether your wings are still generating lift or you're starting to drop or you're starting to descend. And I get pretty close to the ground at times, but as you improve the mechanics on your plane, you can turn tighter and still have lift, so you're not falling out of the sky. Okay, big chance here. Ah, got him. Cool. Shot down 2 that time. Okay. Let's make him a good flyer, shall we? And then we'll go like this and go like that. Okay. Pretty sure it's bombing mission now. Fire up Mega CD. What are you going to play? What are you going to play, Ryan? Anything? I'm going to fire up Wing Commander. Anyways. So I'll go to barracks here. And I don't know. What pilot do I want to use for this bombing mission? This mission's really hard, this next one. Final fight? Yeah, nothing like a good beat 'em up. I think I'm going to go with Sean Maloney. You poor lad. Okay. Yeah, this one's kind of hard because the target's pretty small. Here we go. It's pretty easy to find because you just follow the river, but it's a really small target. Now, one thing I like to do, I like to drop bombs and take out these little pill boxes. I don't know. I always think of like a bunch of little World War I guys getting launched in the air as I drop these bombs. You can see how they put more anti-aircraft gun. Oh, I missed it. You're not gonna like me. I'm gonna get yelled at. Failure. So now I'm gonna get chewed out, and they're saying you'll be demoted if you don't get it right. Okay, I can't screw it up this time. And so if I screw it up this time, I'm gonna get demoted. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Don't shoot at me. I like how I can hit these guys from high altitude, but I can't hit that damn bridge from high altitude. Damn it, missed it. I'm gonna getting. That sucks. So I got demoted. And by the way, if I fail another one like this again, you can get kicked out. So I don't want to lose a pilot that way. So I'll go back to the barracks now. This should be a dog fighting mission. We'll give it to Wolfie. Yep. Okay. So another time, 2 versus 1 again. Now, this plane's been upgraded a little bit, so my flying characteristics, if you notice, a little bit better. And it probably doesn't show up real well with the audio because I don't have it up really loud, but you can definitely tell in the sound of the engine, like when you have your mechanics at full, like the engine really kind of roars, so you know that you're getting like max power out of the engine. And the aircraft, for those of you that are, I guess, into that thing, this is a British Sopwith Camel, which was one of the better fighters for the one of the best British fighters of World War One. Got him. Okay, so this should be a strafing mission. We'll give it to Maloney. He's in trouble, but we'll give it a shot. So now we gotta blow up some tanks. Blow up a truck. One tank destroyed. Another truck destroyed. Oh, I don't think I got him. We'll see what they say. They said failure because I didn't blow up 2 tanks. Come on, man. I'll get it. Retro games are the best. You guys know that. Okay. I haven't played my Switch in a long time, to be perfectly honest. That'd definitely be something I should get back in touch with. Take out the truck that time. That's 1 tank down. Got him. Tanks destroyed. No, I have not. I have not done that. Actually, Chris was talking to me about that. I need to do something with my Mega SG and load up a bunch of stuff up on there. It doesn't make sense why I haven't done that. Okay, barracks should be dogfight again. We'll throw Marcel LeBlanc a bone here. 3 planes now, 3 versus 1. Did you guys see Bithead's rant about the stupidity of, I guess, what he felt was the stupidity of purchasing the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. Cool, he shot down 2 right away. That was pretty fast. If you ever play this game though, it's just small little taps on the D-pad. Nice, got all 3. Because otherwise you don't want to overhandle these aircraft. So got all 3 there. That's pretty good. That went much better than I expected. I'm just gonna keep his mechanics way up. We'll see if we can do some fun stuff with this. I mean, for like a arcade cabinet, Ryan. A friend of mine actually has a arcade cabinet. He has set up for that, but he hasn't used it in 3. He said, although he offered that if I ever want to do something like that, he would give me all the software, and he said that's a huge part of it. So I don't know. Right now, I mean, I don't know. I just don't have the technical knowledge that you guys do, and I am not really good at following directions either. And I wish I had the confidence. Yeah, he said he'd give it all to me. He's very and I no doubt he'd try to help walk me through it. I just would need to get the cabinet, which I'm sure wouldn't be that tough to go and find. We actually have. I could probably even ask locally. There's a game, an arcade. What do you want to call it? Like game room type place. 2 nice monitors. Those could be pretty cheap, I would think. I mean, if I can pay $250 and get a arcade 1-up, I could probably get a monitor like that pretty easily for, I would think, $100, $150, right? I don't know. You'd know better than I would. Okay, let's go back to the barracks here. So I just did a dogfight. This would probably be a bombing mission, I think. Yep. Oh, this one sucks. This is actually maybe the toughest bombing mission in the whole game. I mean, I realize that it did hit the damn bridge, but this one's way worse because you have to hit both those targets, and since you only get one pass, you have to attack it from left to right, and you have to get it just right. Otherwise, you're not going to get there. I didn't kill that guy. Didn't matter. Okay, coming up on the facility. So you can't even get across to hit that other target in time. Darn it. Gotta try again. Otherwise I'm gonna get demoted. Okay. Is that your plan to build something like that? One of my students actually said he built his own arcade machine and then did a whole Raspberry Pi thingy. Ah, This mission is just about impossible. I hate it. So now I got yelled at again. Okay. Yeah, my buddy, his game cabinet that is on his main machine was an old Gauntlet arcade one, and I want to say he got the cabinet for next to nothing because he was looking for pinball stuff, and a guy had it and said, "Well, I don't want this anymore. You want it?" And then he's like, "Sure, I'll do that," and that's what he did. Okay, it should be another dog fighting mission. So we'll go with Lawrence Wolf this time. Yep, here we go. 2-1, no problem. It's getting a little cocky, but that's what being a pilot's all about. And I don't know if it, like I said, if you guys could hear this in the video, but now that the plane's upgraded, you can hear the engine a little bit more because it's more powerful. You can probably notice that my speed is definitely improved from where it was like when you're just starting out in the game. And you also will notice that the range of your gun is a little better. That's one down. So this one's having me fly against somebody else. And if you notice, I'm diving down early because, like I said, the most common way that I die in air combat, and I realized I got shot down once, is through mid-air collisions. And so you really want to give them a wide berth because your aircraft doesn't completely respond on a dime. So like when you got shot at. Here we come around on it. Let's see, we got this. Got him. Yeah, that'd be cool to have a light gun game. It's been so long since I played something like that. So when you see this, when you see like it says superb, that usually means they've recognized now that I'm an ace, and then you start earning medals. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the Distinguished Flying Cross here. So there you go, the Military Cross for Valor. So very valorous person now. I'm going to try this. I'm just going to see what happens here. So I'm going to upgrade those two to maximum. Keep my shooting and stamina. This should be a strafing mission, I think. Yep, here we go. See, I would love to play my Super Scope 6 again on a CRT or something like that, because I really enjoyed my Super Scope 6 games. I like some of them on there, but I don't know. It's an awful lot of work for one game. I mean, I realize there's other light gun games I have out there, but for me, that's really the one that I really miss, I guess. Uh, did I get enough? Yep, I did get enough that time. You feel pretty confident you can do like the game sack style mod? Let's see here. Come on. Literally dangling my wing just a foot above the ground. Gotcha. Come on. He's smoking, but that's not good enough. See how they come at you, and that's why you end up with the mid-air collisions. Because they love those head-on passes. But you can see how I can turn a little bit tighter because this guy is upgraded a little bit. Got him. There's more guys there. I'm smoking. And I should also point out this game is actually pretty cheap. You can usually find this game, probably for $10 or less. At least if you're into the whole, having physical media stuff. Gosh. I don't want to get too close to that guy. That's how you end up getting into a collision. Yeah, it'll work out. 27 inches? Okay. So now this guy's up to 5 kills, so he's going to get a medal. Oh, nice. I'm an ace. Because, of course, 5 kills, that means you're an ace. And I get my military cross, this time for courage. So I have 1 for valor for one pilot and 1 for courage for another. We'll go to their barracks here. This should be a dogfighting mission. Let's see how Wolf handles this one. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of like, I guess, remember playing Rogue Squadron, Rogue Squadron back in the day. Okay, here we go. Dogfight. Got one on my tail, have to shake him. Now, I'm going to see if I can do one of the, I guess you'd say the aerobatic moves in this game. I'm wondering if my aircraft can pull it off. I might be able to because I have this guy's flying, and in fact, I think I can. I have this guy's flying and mechanics at top notch, so I might be able to pull this off. I'm just going to try to get out of this guy's way to start, and then I'll pull off the aerobatic move. The aerobatic move is called a split S. It's the funny thing is that the move that you're actually pulling off is not really a split S. I think they just took a move and they thought it sounded cool. So here we go. You get max speed, and you go up like this. There's your split S. Oh, God. Shit. Ah. Well, so much for that. I do my little quick turnaround move, and of course he's right in my face, and we're dead. Salute. I'm doing my salute to Lieutenant Wolf. Rest in peace, buddy. Sadness. Okay, this should be, I believe, a bombing mission. So we'll go with Sean Maloney. Yep. This one's actually pretty easy if I remember right. This is just 2 hangars, and they're lined up. So that's the key part. So that last mission is so tough because you have to have a line of flight that's almost impossible to pull off. This one's pretty simple as long as I don't get carried away with killing those guys because I just think it's funny. That's 1. That's 2. 2 hangars taken out. So now, because they're pissed that I blew up their hangars, now some fighter pilots want a piece of me. So now it becomes a dogfighting mission. Now, his aircraft's pretty basic. So I'll be perfectly honest, I'm just going to try to survive. I don't, if I could shoot one of them down, that's awesome. But yikes. See how they come at you in waves? And trust me, if I wasn't kind of where I was, shit. They're playing for keeps. And you have no time because you can't change your viewpoint. So I'm kind of limited that way. Okay, might get a few shots in this guy. I got him smoking. And I got 3 of them out there, so there's a lot of airplanes flying around right now. If I can survive, I'll have a successful mission because remember it was a bombing mission, so this is kind of really like a bonus mission. So survival is really the only thing I really care about right now. Because the game's pretty much that. You run out of pilots, then, that's like your lives in the game and you're done. I could have shot there, but I'm just going to try to stay out of it as much as I can. Ooh. Ah, see that? Like you have no chance. You have no chance. And even though I wasn't very high off the ground, it's fatality every time. So salute, Lieutenant Maloney. Rest in peace. Thank you for your service, you young Irish lad. Uh, Now we're down to two. This should be a dogfighting mission. Oh my god, this guy has nothing. Well, it was nice knowing you, buddy. If I survive this mission, it'll be a minor miracle. Oh gosh, you can already see the bullets whizzing by. I know it might seem like I'm really rooted in this whole just turn right thing, like it's a NASCAR race, but it's really the most effective thing for me to try to do, to try to stay out of their line of fire and to get a chance to maybe get on their tail. And in that sense, it may seem boring, or like I'm doing the same things over and over, but it's what works. And I would say in a lot of fight games that's a strategy that works reasonably well. There is no other views. I can't do like a cockpit view in case you're curious. Just this. I can hear somebody shooting, so I'm probably in my best interest to. And every now and then, what I'll do is I'll turn just a little bit, and when you're flying in the plane, you can actually feel the lift come out of your wings, and you'll notice that your shadow starts to, you start to see it on the ground. So you can't just stay that way. So I might gain a little more maneuverability and get more of a turn, but I got to return back so I get lift underneath my wings, and thus I'm still flying in the air. Okay, I got two of them. Oh, I just didn't have the speed because this guy has no. He just doesn't have any engines. I mean, remember, this guy is pretty much like a rookie pilot, and you can definitely tell the difference between the way this plane handles and performs than, like one of the ones that I had kind of jacked up or tricked out. But that's also why, like, getting a midair collision feels so empty. You didn't get killed because you got beat by a better pilot. You had a midair collision that you had no chance to avoid, and then you lose all that experience, all that built up skill. It's just like a shooter when you go from being fully powered up to getting hit, and then you're back to pea shooter level. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible to really do what you need to do. So right now, survival is the biggest thing for Mr. Hargraves here, because I don't see how I'm gonna have a hard time shooting these guys down. Wow! Look at all the bullets that guy took. Oh, I hit that guy like 10 times. All aircraft at this day and age would have been made mostly out of fabric, so it's not like they make his like he has got like Kevlar vest or something. This aircraft took a beating. I riddled that sucker, but it didn't matter because my shooting's weak. Even though my marksmanship was pretty good, I must say. I had a pretty good beat on that guy. I'll admit, just looking at the screen actually, as I stream here, game does certainly look pretty good. And so you can see, even though I didn't shoot any aircraft down, I didn't get damaged. That's impressive, and I'm alive to tell the tale. So as far as the game's concerned, mission was a good. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh crap, strafing. Oh, I gotta destroy tanks. This will be fun. Got one tank. Ah, I missed that. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I could kamikaze into that tank, but that'll be the end of my pilot. Oh, oh, he just is not at that level. I'm gonna get yelled at. Get a retry of this one. Let's see what we can do it this time. Got one tank. Oh, how did I not destroy that thing? Oh, an aircraft got me. Now I'm down to one pilot. One life to live. Thank you, Lieutenant Hargraves. You took down a tank, but it took you out to salute. Rest in peace. Okay, last pilot. It's all down to Marcel LeBlanc now. You can see his plane's in pretty good shape. Okay, dogfight. And again, it's like day and night difference between the last guy. Flip the tables on him. Yeah, I'm not going away. So now this turns into a strafing mission. So now I got them all completely tricked out now. So I only one pod, so here we go. Dogfight. Trying to get over. Damn it. See, like I had no chance there. And that's it. Salute Lieutenant Blanc, our ace. Sadness. Okay. I got one more game I'm going to show you guys, and then we'll probably call it a stream. So, encourage me to try again. So, this next game, before I show it to you, I think this is a really hidden gem. I have not heard people talk about it. I didn't even know it existed myself until pretty much when I purchased it. Not that it means like I'm the only person that's ever played it, but this is the game that I'm really excited on. So, take this away. And this is Thunders. This is by Sega. And this is Thunder Spirits. Does that look familiar to you? You can't tell with the volume thing on there. I'll kick that off so you can see it. Technosoft. You're right. I'm pretty sure this is Thunder Force 3 for what would be for Genesis. You see, there's definitely some slowdown here. Got a life. Here we go. It's always so gratifying in a shooter when you get like your options or whatever. I don't care what shooter it is. It just feels great. Of course, we all know the opposite's also true when you feel that helpless moment. Oh, just in time. This game's so cool. And again, I got this at locally. I got this at Games for Us here in Boston. It was just sitting in the box. And like Thunder Spirits, this looks really weird. So like, yeah, this is Thunder Force 3, isn't it? I mean, this looks exactly like what I remember when Chris played Thunder Force 3. They have a little speed up area here. Like I said, for those of you that maybe just jumped out, yeah, this game looks awesome. And again, this is Super Nintendo. This isn't Genesis. If you think it's Thunder Force 3, it's not. This is Thunder Spirits. Pretty much the same game, though, I'm pretty sure. Damn it. You can see these kind of a homing kind of ability. Damn it. Take it easy, Ryan. Yeah, it's probably not a real common title. At least I haven't run into it too often, but yeah, definitely one worth picking up for sure. And hey, if you got emulation, go for it. Take it easy, Ryan. Have a great day. Thanks for joining the stream. Oh, I'm terrible. Boss time. Woohoo! Those are the may have just joined the stream. This is Thunder Spirits on Super Nintendo. Like I said, pretty much Thunder Force 3. We played that for Genesis. Wow. So now it's going to put me through this tighter space area. And I think I made a pretty good choice here in terms of what my boss time. Oh, man. I gotta try this one again. This game's so much fun. And again, this is Thunder Spirits for Super Nintendo. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. Stage 4. Anybody else in the chat there? Like I said, you could definitely, if you played Thunder Force, you could definitely see the ship is the same company, Technosoft, which came out in 1990. And I'm using a turbo controller. This is an ASCII pad. Otherwise, I have crazy turbo fingers. How you doing, D4? How you doing, Daryl? It's going pretty good. This is Thunder Spirits for Super Nintendo. And it's really kind of best way to describe it. It's kind of a Thunder Force 3, I think, pretty much a port of that. I picked this up at a local game store, not knowing what it was, other than just kind of seeing on the cover art that it appeared to be a shooter, and I thought that was kind of neat, but I had never heard of it. So this is made by Sega, but it's the Technosoft game, just like the one for the Sega Genesis. And I actually have Thunder Force 3 for Genesis. Although I must admit, I definitely prefer the Super Nintendo controller over the Genesis one. I know Genesis people would not like me saying that, but I don't know. The 6-button controller is just so nice, and I realize they have one for the Genesis, but it's crap compared to the Nintendo one. And so, as I was saying earlier, this is I'm actually playing it on an ASCII pad, which is a third-party controller. It's really great quality. I actually had this back in the day, and then my controller actually broke, and I picked this up at a retro game store, and it certainly makes it a lot easier. I know some people aren't big fans of the whole turbo button thing, but I don't know. It's so convenient. I mean, it's not like I'm using cheat codes, really, I don't think. I realize people have different philosophies on stuff like that. Oh. Is the video kind of tripping out? I mean, you have to think about it. This, for Nintendo, this thing's probably pushing this system pretty hard right now. Oh. This shot's kind of cool because it kind of homes in. It doesn't look like it now, but when you'll see enemies track, you'll start to see how it changes directions and bounces all over the place. Kind of a cool shot. Kind of reminds me of something on like when you were playing Xanac. There was a shot that I thought was kind of similar to this. Except for, of course, it doesn't, maybe look as visually as impressive because it's 8-bit versus 16-bit. Yeah, this is a decent variety. I mean, it's not like the greatest variety, but it certainly gives you some versatility. It gives you some decent options. And actually, cycling through them, you become more adept at realizing what is the right weapon for the right situation. Especially oh, I got oh, got enemies that want to come after me from behind. Well, I got something that I could shoot front and back. That's pretty helpful. Oh, this wave one's pretty good though because I like how it stretches out. Yeah, I can switch. Well, as you gain more upgrades, then you can switch back and forth between different things. And so, just in case, since you weren't here when I first started the stream, I'm playing this on my Retron 3. So it's actually straight off the cartridge. Um, no, but when you get hit, it just downgrades your ship a little bit, unless you have shields. And some of the shots give me like an extra benefit of taking another hit. Oh, I've never beaten this game before. I only played it actually. First played it for the first time yesterday. I've owned this game for maybe about a month and a half. Like I said, I bought it at my local game store here, not knowing anything about it. I thought it was really interesting though, so I'm not. I don't know if tearing up's the right word. I beat this guy yesterday, and he's ended my game twice now. Oh, we'll have to give it a shot again. I don't know. It's a fun one for sure. Um, how was your stream today? I saw that you were streaming actually as I was starting mine. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, come on. Man, I'm going through live in this one. Did you play D&D back in the day, or you still do? Yeah, it's really hard to play, especially with a shooter, because there's just so much going on. You really can't stop and read. So I'll stop it. Oh, see, you got another fan. See, Bart, you need to go to Daryl's channel and watch him stream. He streams probably, what would you say, 3 or 4 times a week at least. It's not always Pool of Radiance, but it's a lot of time Wizardry, but also NES games. Okay. I never did D&D. I think we've talked about this, but I played or I still play Magic the Gathering. I try to play as much as I can casually. I'm not a big tournament person, but I do like to draft. And yeah, Bard, definitely go check out Daryl's channel. Daryl, you should have seen many times on Chris's stream. And Daryl does a little more, I'd say more role-playing kind of games. Not always, though. He'll play Nintendo games where either action platformers or shooters or whatever. And full of great information. And he even has his own game, Forteverse, which is coming out. Definitely can't wait to see that. And I've told Daryl this. I'm not necessarily the biggest RPG guy, but I've definitely enjoyed, watching and seeing his creativity. You can definitely see that reflected in everything that he does. So I don't know. I mean, you guys you're more than welcome to chat each other up about stuff like that. Bard lives in the Netherlands, Daryl. Sorry if I revealed too much, Bard, but I don't know. He lives an interesting life. He has a he has a fiance and fun stuff like that. He's introduced me to some cool games that were more popular in Europe than here in North America, in my neck of the woods. So it's really cool stuff. But Bard's a great guy, Daryl. You'll like him, and same thing with Bard. You'll love Daryl too. He's pretty cool. Grubby. No, I don't know who Grubby is. Oh, he's I'm gonna guess he's a fan on your channel. Who knows? Wouldn't that be funny if you found out like your neighbor was on this other channel or something? Used to be a pro. Wow, that's cool. We actually have a guy. I know this is unrelated, but I have a teacher colleague who was a judge. Oh, he does his own streaming. Okay. Who is a Magic the Gathering judge. He does like the Pro Tour events, like the big matches where they're playing for like thousands and thousands of dollars. And they have tournaments all over the world. And I don't know when the last time he judged, but for a time he would do kind of a 3-day weekend where he'd fly over to the location on Friday and judge Saturday and Sunday and come home Sunday night. And it was usually I think he made well over $1,000 per weekend to do that. So it was kind of like a side gig he had, which I don't know, it's kind of neat when you think about it. Although the guy had no interest in playing Magic, just judging it, which I thought was different. I don't know. To me, the fun is playing it, but whatever. Teach their own. But either way, it's unusual to have a world level judge right here in small town rural Wisconsin. So I'm gonna get back to playing Thunder Spirits. You guys are more than free to chit chat with one another for sure. I think if you look, you asked Daryl earlier about a life bar. If you look near where my lives are stored in the lower right-hand corner, you can see what looks like little dots above the ship. I think that might be like the amount of hits I can take, because it's usually about all it is, maybe 2 or 3 at the most. Okay, now it's getting fast. Aren't those phoenixes just beautiful looking? Ah. Oh, come on. Gosh. I guess I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think it's just pretty sure it's just simple AV cables. It's certainly not HD, and I mean the video. It's not the best quality, but I guess for myself, I've enjoyed it because in some ways, at least, although AV stuff now is hard to find. My 42-inch TV here, I was lucky that this one's an older one and has those hookups, so my Retron 3 works pretty well for this television as long as this one will last. Otherwise, I'm going to have to think about something different. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is just a video of my television. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I need to. Certainly not on your level, that's for sure, Dale. Or Chris's stream, or even a guy that's on our board that on the CGQ forums, which is Nunez. He does a lot of action platformers mainly. He's got nice overlays and all that. It looks pretty pretty. Yeah, I would totally agree. Yeah, the colors are definitely not nearly as bright. Like, yeah, I would just looking at the screen, because I'm seeing my stream of what I'm kicking out, and definitely you do not see the yellows or the blues even maybe quite as nice, which is funny because I have a Mega SG for that I use for my Genesis, and that's HD, and I actually don't think that this quality, at least in person, is really not too bad. I mean, it's not grainy, I think it's okay, but yeah, you're right. In terms of the picture on picture type quality, it's definitely not nearly as good. And um, I'll have to think about that. I don't know. I would enjoy hearing some tips if you got any. I'm sure you do. Oh, oh my gosh. Finally got that guy. Whew. Oh. Darn it. Well, I think that's where I'm going to end my stream. Thanks again for everybody for coming on down. Thanks, Daryl, Bard, Ryan. It's a lot of fun. And of course, it's more fun when I guess maybe you feel someone's there watching you. But I don't know. It's a fun game. Yeah. This is actually as far as I made it yesterday. But hey, that's all that matters. It's baby steps, right? So again, this was Thunder. This was Thunder Spirits. Before that, I played Wings 2 Aces High, and then before that, I was playing UN Squadron for Capcom. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed the stream. Love to hear more from you. For those of you that catch this maybe later, you can reach me at Twitter at CreaseAndAssist, or you can leave a comment in the section below. I'd love to hear from you. And again, thanks for tagging along. Thanks. Nice seeing you, Bard, Daryl, and everybody else. We'll see you next time.